Hi, Tipton Baptist. This is your Friday Word of Encouragement for Friday, June 3rd, 2022. I come to you with a note from the Christ, Jesus himself. Words of his found at the end of the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 28. Right at the end of Matthew, Jesus gives his command to the disciples to move ahead, to move forward in reaching the world with the good news of Jesus Christ, the good news of the gospel of God, as known and experienced in Jesus Christ. And Jesus said to them just before he ascended to heaven, in Matthew 28, verse 18, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth." That's how he begins his Great Commission. All authority has been given to me in heaven and earth. And I think of those words that we briskly read past to get to the Great Commission statements. Go, therefore, to the nations, to preach the gospel, to baptize in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, and to teach, to observe everything Jesus commanded. But before we get to the commission, we have the announcement of his authority. And this is essential that we pause for a minute and remember who the authority is. And this is an encouraging thing when we are humbled by the reality that the authority of Jesus Christ is the best thing for us, that his authority is for us, that it is for our good that he is the authority. Not like some angry father who comes home from work mad, looking to punish, to take out his frustrations from a workday. That is not God. That is not the kind of authority that Jesus is speaking of. No, he's speaking of an authority that is one of a master who loves. But in his love, he is jealous, and it's a good jealous. It's a righteous jealous. It's the kind of jealous that he wants the best for him, or for his children. He wants the greatest possible joy for his children. So when he says, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me, when Jesus said that, it's for our good, because his authority is the best thing that we can hide under as our Savior. I'm thankful that he's the authority over me. I'm thankful that his authority reigns supreme, not just over me, but over everyone, between heaven and earth and everything in between. That his authority reigns supreme over all that comes into my life that I didn't ask for, that is hard. All the difficulties, the circumstances, and all the good. He reigns supreme in authority over it all. That's a good thing. But in that, he wants us to remember whose we are, who it is that we belong to. I'm going to close with a note from another smart, old dead guy, great theologian from the past, Abraham Kuyper. He was a theologian and a worker actually in different forms of government in Europe, a couple hundred years ago. And Abraham Kuyper said this: "No single piece of our mental world is to be hermetically sealed off from the rest, and there is not a square inch in the whole domain of human existence over which Christ, who is the sovereign over all, does not cry, 'Mine! Mine!' Everything that is belongs to him. He is the authority over it all." That doesn't just go for the good. That doesn't just go for the bad. That goes for everything in between, like the life of our mind. All your thought life, all your pursuits, and your heart of hearts and your affections belong to him. He cries, "Mine! They are mine!" And it is because of pride, much of the time, that we draw back and try to claim something as ours that is not rightly ours, including our very loves and longings. He puts loves and longings in us that are for his glory, for him to be magnified. And whenever we have a love or a longing or a pursuit or some thoughtfulness in our mind that does not lead to Jesus Christ being magnified, to God being glorified, that is a proud root. It needs to be out. Jesus has authority everywhere and with everyone, and it's the best thing. And when we try to draw authority away from him, he cries, "Mine." No. The reason why I chose this as the encouragement is because this is the entrance into our Summer in the Psalms, and we're going to enter in tomorrow with Psalm 8. on Sunday with Psalm 8. And I'm looking forward to having a moment where we look at how the glory of God, we at times choose to curtain off because of pride, when all the while the authority of Christ says, mind those things that we're using to curtain off God's glory. Be encouraged by Abraham Kuyper. Be encouraged by Jesus' words in Matthew 28:18 and following. If he is truly the authority, and we recognize our position under his authority, that we might just find a joy that we've been briskly walking past for a long time. Surrender tonight. Surrender tomorrow during Saturday through the day. Surrender Sunday morning before you come to church. Surrender all that you claim as yours. Say, God, it is all yours. It's rightly yours. I am gifted and granted things from you, the rightful owner. And come into worship with that heart set very low in humility before a God who is glorious. And see if the Psalms in Psalm 8 as we enter our summer, see if it doesn't just brighten your day. See if it doesn't just cause you to well up with immense joy at seeing God, of communing and reveling in his presence. I look forward to seeing you Sunday. I can't wait to worship with you all. May this be an encouragement. And until Sunday, stay in the Word.